And that's a really good point, Sophia. Today, we're going to be talking about how we can use different stories we read in the classroom to help us write new stories in our writing books. So, as I talk about this story, we're going to keep in mind those 5 W's. Okay? So, who was this story about? Kieran?
A dog.
It was about a dog, yeah. Where did this story happen? I'm going to open the pages. Where did this story happen?
He was scared of his friends coming because he got a haircut and he's nervous. And I don't even get nervous when I get a haircut.
So, Liam, where did this story happen? I'm going to give you a hint by looking at some of the pictures. I see a couch, hiding under a pillow, hiding behind the door. Where do you think this story's? The house. The house, you're right. And why is he scared? Why does he say, I look silly? Zayden.
What, teacher?
Why is the dog acting like that? Why is he saying I look silly and I hate this? Why is he like that?
Like he hates haircuts?
Because he doesn't like his haircut. You're right. He's kind of nervous because the other dogs are going to see him. So, you can use stories that you've heard before to help you write your own story. So, when I'm writing my story today, boys and girls, I'm going to use a story that I've heard before. And so I'm going to use this story. Now, it's super important to make sure that when you are using other stories that you've read, that you don't just copy all of the pages and all of the words from the story to your page, because this is your story to tell. So, I'm going to start out drawing my lines to help me figure out exactly what I want to say, okay? So I know this book is about Samantha, what's this book about?
It's a dog.
It's a book about a dog, right? And he doesn't like his haircut. So, I'm going to say, the dog gets a haircut. So I'm going to write how many lines?
5.
5 lines. Ready? So right now, boys and girls, your books are down and you're just watching Miss Prince. The dog gets a haircut. Now, how do I let people know I'm done with my sentence? I need to use punctuation. So, Xander, what kind of punctuation would I use? The dog gets a haircut.
With the pants.
Say it really loud.
Baby with his pants.
Boys and girls, I hear people that are unmuting and not showing respect. That needs to stop now. Xander, what kind of punctuation could I use at the end of my sentence?
A period.
Period. Nice job. So, we're going to put the words in, and then we're going to use the illustrations from the story to help us with our illustrations, okay? So, the. Elias, can you help me spell the?
T-H-E.
Okay. Bracket. Is there anything I need to fix up about my writing before I continue?
Yes.
What should I fix
When you
up?
put the T.
The T. What's wrong with it?
It's lowercase.
So what should it look like?
A big one.
Capital T, because it's the beginning of a sentence. Okay, so when I write the dog, do I need any capital letters? Bracket?
No.
Okay. Aaron, will you help me spell dog? D. Dog. D.
D. O. 8.
H. G. G.
No.
What letter says G? Jose, can I have you help out Aaron?
C. O. G. G.
Which letter is that says G?
C. G.
Like this?
Yes.
The dog. Nice work. Thanks for helping out.
Make it full stream work.
Okay. The dog gets. Xander, will you help me spell get? And then we'll add the S. Get.
G. E. T.
The dog gets a haircut. Okay, when we are writing the word haircut, we're going to take it apart like we do in our reading groups, okay? Haircut, haircut. I can also use my resources by checking my book. Okay? So if we're struggling to write the word out with our sounds, we can check our resources. We can use our book. So, the dog gets a. Raise your hand if that looks right. Hand down if you think I need to fix it. This is going to show me you're paying attention. Kieran, how can I fix this up?
The A, her gets.
What's wrong with it?
It needs to be lowercase.
Exactly. Can you tell me why, Kieran?
Because it just has to be lowercase.
Because it's not at the beginning of a...
Sentence.
Excellent. The dog gets a... Okay, we're going to spell out haircut. Okay, I'm going to call on Liam to help me write hair. I know that I have the word hair in my book, so I can use my resources to help me write hair. Liam, can you help me out?
H-A-I-R.
Awesome. And so now I need to check. It's capital here because it's in a story. It's the title of a book. But when I'm writing it on my paper, it's not the beginning of a sentence or the title. So I'm going to keep it lowercase. Hair. Cut. What's the next letter? This is still for you, Liam.
Oh.
Yep.
C. T-H-E, the.
What letter says
A.
A says
Oh.
ah. This is a C.
H. Just waste your line.
Bracket, I'm going to have you help out Liam. We're going to finish the word haircut.
A.
Go ahead, Bracket.
A. Did you say me?
Yep. Haircut.
C-H. Alright.
Bracket.
H. I didn't hear you.
We're writing haircut.
C-U-T.
Good job. Haircut. The dog gets a haircut. Now, when I'm reading my story, I noticed all the illustrations. Those illustrations are going to help me when I write my story, okay? So, boys and girls, today, your story that you are writing, it needs to be about a story that you've heard before. So it could be any read aloud that myself or Senorita Garcia has read to you. Maybe it's a book you've read at home. I want your story today to be about a story that you have heard before, but I want you to use your own words. So, I didn't just copy this from my book. I used my 5 W's to help me come up with a sentence that I could write. So I thought about who the story was about, what they were doing, why they were doing it, where were they, and when. So, think about your 5 W's when you are writing your story, okay? You're going to be writing about a book that you've heard before or that you have read in the classroom, at home. Maybe you read it to your parents. So, I'm going to be calling on students as you guys are writing, and you're going to let me know what book you decided that your story is coming from, okay? So go ahead and get your book out, your writing story book out, and you're going to start your story on a brand new page.